Near the end of March, Jeffrey and Jesse planned a revenge video for the play button distraction that would involve smashing some of his father's baseball trophies from when he was a kid. Jesse and Jeffrey worked out a plan together. They put their dad's trophies in a box and went outside, where their father was making burgers on the grill, and Jesse says, "Remember how you destroyed my play button for YouTube?" and smashes the first trophy on the ground. When his father walks up close to him, Jesse smashes more trophies, which leads to a freak out of his dad, setting the Wii U on fire in Psycho Dad Grill's Wii U. And then Jesse gets kicked out of the house. After Jesse's exile, Jesse kept updating his subscribers by uploading daily vlogs. His mother and Jeffrey bring him food and clothing out to his tent or the garage. While Jeffrey starts to grow more insecure, Jesse now calls the tent Eagle Landing, which two eagles from one of the trophies as an inspiration for Jesse. Jeffrey also gave Jesse his old laptop so he can still upload his videos. Jesse has also been able to get electricity thanks to a friend called Mr. H, who gave him a generator to borrow when he was out of the house and living in the tent. He then bought more supplies in the tent, including an Xbox 360 and a TV, and snuck into the house to collect his Skyrim game when he lives in a tent forever. However, Jeffrey then blows Jesse's Skyrim raid when Jeffrey calls out his dad. Jesse then plans to relocate Eagles Landing. Destruction of Eagles Landing. Since then, Jesse will be technically living out on his family's property. He was completed his Eagles Landing gaming setup as well on April. I can't read today. In April 2015, Jesse woke up to find that none of his cables were powered. He found they were unplugged in the garage with a note explaining, "If I found out you've been stealing electricity again, there will be consequences." This made Jesse ponder what to do next. Later that day, he decided to use the generator that his neighbor let him borrow, but it was too loud. The same night, he decided to post a tweet asking if he should move his tent into a setup farther into the woods or stay and fight. He also uploaded a video later that night asking his viewers to respond to him about the question. In the end, he stood his ground and plugged the power cords in, but his father came and bulldozed his entire tent and set up the next day in Psycho Dad Flatten's gaming layer. Everything in the tent was either destroyed or damaged badly. Jesse later launched a daring raid on the house to gather some items. Fortunately, it didn't come to blows with Psycho Dad to stay at his friend's Zach Dingler's house. What is next is Jesse still being decided. Settlement at Zach Dingler's. After Eagles Landing was destroyed, Jesse moved to Zach's house. He never did see Zach or his family, although Zach was in a few of Jesse's older videos. While he was at Zach's house, he could live his old life the way he used to. After a while, though, he decided to move from Zach's house. His parents were not fully on board with it. Zach himself wasn't feeling up to it by getting in the way. So Jesse made a few vlogs asking viewers if he should go stay with his girlfriend, who was a college student. In the end, he decided it was Sue, and he drove up to Pennsylvania, settlement at his girlfriend's. While with his girlfriend and her friends, Jesse felt more loved and at home than anywhere he previously was. He stayed in an air mattress in a room, and when she went off to class, he toured around the campus, city, and condos. He then received an offer to stay with his Uncle Larry and asked on Twitter/YouTube if he should go back to Zach's house or go to Uncle Larry's. He decided to go to Uncle Larry's. Settlement at the Abraham household. When arriving at the Uncle Larry's house, Jesse is greeted by his uncle holding a beer after taking a bit about rules and cats. Talking a bit about rules and cats. Jesse talked with his cousin Tom Abraham. Larry invites him to work one day, only to find out that his mom had made t-shirts to sell to the Juggies. They come home to a voicemail left by Jeffrey Sir, Psychodad, saying he shouldn't be at the house. Jesse is then forced to stay outside in his tent titled Phoenix Landing. Jeffrey's emergency. Meanwhile, Jeffrey decided to pull a prank on Paintball Jesse's tent, only to be reversed on destroying Jeffrey's camera's lens. As revenge, he destroys all the trophies in Jesse Smash Trophies on Big Brother's channel, Broken Lens Revenge, and frames it on Jesse. After Jesse's dad finds the trophies, he goes to Uncle Larry's house and destroys one of 2DS Lite's family Monday. Uncle Larry defends Jesse, saying that Jesse was innocent and that it was most likely that Jeffrey did it. Jesse's father then throws a chair on the ground and is threatened by Larry to leave, or he would call the cops. In Psychodad fights Uncle Larry, which doesn't make any sense since they didn't actually get into a true fight. On April 26th, Jesse gets into Larry's RV. At long last, he and Larry found the video of Jeffrey Jr. smashing the trophies and gains the plan to get back into the house by making a video with the Juggies reacting to his speech the following day. Jesse's channel, after 8 years, finally reached 1 million Juggies /subscribers. Homecoming. On May 1st, 2015, Jesse is kidnapped by Jeffrey and drives him to the Ridgway residence. Jesse makes his move by showing his father the Juggies Unite video, and Jeffrey Jr. smashes his childhood baseball trophies. After a moment of silence, Jeffrey Sir, Psychodad, decides that Jesse could take residence in the home under the condition that he works for his father for free and paid rent. Jeffrey, on the other hand, for framing Jesse by smashing a second stash of trophies, gets his camera trashed. On May 5th, 2015, Jesse and his family, except for Jeffrey, since he was away at a time, and his girlfriend were swatted. I play Grand Theft Auto. I know how this works. Jesse talks back to Jeffrey Sir's friend, who he thought was an officer of law. Scared straight. Arrest. After the swatting, Jesse, despite the fact that how much he had to pay, how much he had to pay, was forced to pay the bill, but ended up in a brief argument most of the time. On May 21st, 2015, Jesse gets supposedly arrested while causing a tantrum in the store. Jesse apologizes to the store, and then talks to Joan. The mother is supposedly the store owner. After declining that she did not call the cops, Jesse's mother, Teresa, reveals that the arrest was set up by his father and his mischievous brother, and that the goal was to force Jesse into respecting them. An argument occurs in a therapy session a week or so later. Around the time, Jesse makes amends with Zachary Cornatzer, which the two had a falling during the events of Psycho Dad Crash's LAN party. Video game burial. Jesse also gets into the merchandise business and starts making t-shirts. However, the mistake was taking the risk of making a limited time Psycho Dad t-shirts, which is a 2-week store exclusive for his Father's Day. Jeffrey Sir got a hold of this and in turn buries the video games. Jesse is invited to E3 and arrives in Los Angeles to participate. When he comes back in the verge of Father's Day, Jesse comes back to the site with buried video games. Jesse did manage to get some games before E3, only to find that the hole was covered up. Jesse and Jeffrey give their father a grill for Jeffrey's birthday. or for Father's Day, I should say, which convoluted into an argument between Jesse and Jeffrey Sir. Jeff Sir reveals that while Jesse was at E3, his father scooped up all the video games. North Carolina vacation. Jeffrey's punishment was that he had to stay home because he didn't do the video with Uncle Larry. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys in part 3.